It's time once again for America's favorite show, The Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd, brought to you by drfloyd.com.
Featuring special guest star Chuck McCann. We begin this episode in the secret lair of that insidious evil mastermind, Dr. Steve. It is the last few remaining days before Christmas, and we find the ne'er-do-well in a heated discussion with his sock-shaped assistant, Fidgert.
And I'm telling you they are wrong. Look, I have no idea why your friends would tell you there's no such thing as Santa Claus. Did you tell them that we met Santa Claus last year when we went and tried to steal all his toys?
Yeah, and it wasn't him.
Wasn't him? Who did they think it was? Just some crazy guy who lives at the North Pole with a bunch of elves?
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. There is a Santa Claus. I certainly believe in him.
You believe in anything that you mean it.
True, I do believe in anything that gets me presents, but that's not the point. I leave out my list for Santa Claus every year, along with a plate of cookies, a half-gallon of milk, and a nice fruit basket.
But you never get anything.
So I never get anything. That's not a reflection on his existence. It's more of a reflection on my naughtiness.
If you never get anything, why do you leave it alone?
I leave out a list because one of two things is bound to happen one of these years. Either A, Santa will forget whose secret lair he's visiting and leave me presents on accident, or B, I'll actually be good enough to earn some presents. I'm holding out for A.
Oh, really?
Say, I got an idea. Why don't you write a letter to the Saddle River City Sun newspaper?
What a letter to the newspaper?
Yes, they'll tell you the truth about Santa Claus. After all, if you see it in the Saddle River City Sun, then you know it is so. Unless it's about me, then it's all just libel.
Well, I'll give it a try.
The little sock scurried off to his room that very moment and wrote a letter to the Saddle River City Sun newspaper. Let us go now to the letters to the editor desk of that very newspaper on the very next day.
Hey, Francis!
What is it, Harv?
Take a look at this letter we just got.
Let's see here. Dear editor, I am a little sock-shaped assistant. Some of my friends say that there is no Santa Claus. My employer says if you see it in the Saddle River City Sun, it is so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? Signed, Fidgert, 115 West 95th Street. Oh dear, this is quite a letter.
It sure is. How are we going to answer it?
I don't think we can answer it, Harv. I think there's only one man who can answer a letter of this magnitude.
You don't mean...
I most certainly do mean. Get me the fax number to the North Pole.
The newsmen hurriedly faxed off Fidgert's letter to the North Pole, and a day later a response is printed in the Saddle River City Sun morning edition. Back in Dr. Steve's secret lair, we now see Dr. Steve leafing through that very edition of the newspaper.
Well, let's see what's in the news here. Dr. Floyd invents new invention, blah, blah, blah. Floyd to get key to the city, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Beardy Chins wins talent competition. Oh, well, that's pretty good. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, what's this? Fidgert! Fidgert! Come here quickly. They printed a response to your letter in the Saddle River City Sun.
Really?
Yes, here, let me read what it says. We take great pleasure in answering at once and thus prominently the communication below, expressing at the same time our great gratification that its faithful author is numbered among the friends of the Saddle River City Sun newspaper. Then it has your letter and your name and address, and underneath it is the response. It starts, Fidgert, your little friends are wrong. They have been
Fidgert,
affected by this...
your little friends are wrong. They have been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except what they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible by their little minds. All minds, Fidgert, whether they be men's or children's or socks, are little. And in the case of some evil masterminds, they are puny. Well, anyway, in this great universe of ours, man is a mere insect. He's like an ant in his intellect as compared with the boundless world about him, as measured by the intelligence capable of grasping the whole truth and knowledge. Yes, Fidgert, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist. And you know that they are bound to give our life its highest beauty and joy. Alas, how dreary would be the world if there was no Santa Claus. It would be as dreary as if there were no Fidgerts. There would be no childlike faith then, no poetry, no romance to make tolerable this existence of ours. We should have no enjoyment except in sense and sight. The eternal light with which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus? Well, you might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your employer to hire men to watch all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus. But even if they did not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove, huh? Nobody sees Santa Claus. But that's no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in this world are those that neither children nor men can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing out on the lawn? Of course not. But that's no proof that there are no fairies out there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders that are unseen and unseeable in this wonderful world of ours. You tear apart a baby's rattle and see what makes the noise inside. But there is a veil covering the unseen world, which not the strongest man, or even the united strength of all the strongest men that ever lived, could tear apart. Only faith, fancy, poetry, love, and romance can push aside that curtain and view the picture of the supernatural beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Oh, Fidget, in all this world, there is nothing else as real and abiding. No Santa Claus? Ho, ho, ho! Oh, thank goodness he lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, maybe 10,000 years from now, he will continue to make glad the hearts of children and socks. Merry Christmas, Fidget.
Children and socks. Merry Christmas, Fidget. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I, for one, don't believe it.
What? You don't believe in Santa Claus now?
No, of course I believe in Santa Claus. I mean, you'd have to be pretty cynical not to believe in Santa Claus after reading that response.
Well, now what is it you don't believe?
I don't believe that you would put your return address in your letter, and then it winds up getting printed, and now everyone knows the location of our secret lair.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh. Well, just for that, you'll have to take out the garbage for the rest of the year.
Oh, man.
Now, no complaining. Got to be good for Santa Claus, you know. After all, he knows when you've been naughty, and he knows when you've been nice.
Yeah, you're right.
And even though Fidgert was bummed out about being on garbage duty for the rest of the year, his heart soared with a renewed faith in the holiday season and, most importantly, Santa Claus. And as for that mysterious author of the response to Fidget's letter, he says,
Merry Christmas, everyone. Ho, ho, ho. Merry, Merry Christmas.
and a very happy holidays from everyone here at the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd.
Episode number SE024 of the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd starred Chuck McCann as Santa Claus. www.chuckmccann.net. Patrick Johnson as Harv and Sean Johnson as Francis. Check out the Johnson brothers' work at www.swazzle.com. Opening theme and regular background cues by Jody Whitesides. www.jodywhitesides.com. Santa's background music and the end theme by Kevin MacLeod, www.incompetech.com. This episode was written by Grant Baciocco and based on Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus by Francis Church. This episode was recorded live at Dr. Floyd Studios in beautiful downtown Burbank, California. Episode number SE024 of the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd is copyright 2008 Dr. Floyd Industries. All rights reserved.
Clear the airwaves! Clear the airwaves! It's now time for Dr. Floyd's Imagination Nation Rangers secret message for you members of the Dr. Floyd Imagination Nation. Remember, kids, only official radio adventures of Dr. Floyd Imagination Nation Rangers can decode Dr. Floyd's secret message with the secret decoder ring, available only from www.imaginationranger.com. All right, grab your secret decoder rings and a pencil and paper and prepare to set your imagination to fun. Remember, Dr. Floyd is counting on you. And here is the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd Imagination Nation Ranger secret message for episode number SE024. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. 2, 17, 7, 1, 3, 4, 15, 3, 17, 14, 3, 7, 1, 24. And that was a message from Dr. Floyd himself to all his Imagination Nation Rangers. You can join Dr. Floyd's Imagination Nation and become an Imagination Nation Ranger only at www.imaginationranger.com. And until next time, set your imagination to fun.